And by winning today, that kind of helps us win next week. So, um, as usual, tough battle here. With the Jets, I thought we were able to, put together a couple good drives there in the first half. Obviously, Kyle's fumble return was a big play for us, and kind of gave us a little bit of cushion there in the second half. But I thought we played hard. We had a good week, and we were able to finish the game on a positive note. So, look forward to continuing to play, and hopefully we can play our best football going forward. But thought the guys really played hard today. Didn't make a lot of mistakes. Made enough plays to win, so it's a good thing.
Bill, your defense was really good today. A lot of forced fumbles, a lot of fourth down plays. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think that these guys prepared really hard this week, and we kind of. I know they were missing a couple of receivers there with Curson and Unwa, but it kind of put some pressure on us to figure out how to match up against what they were going to do. They used multiple tight ends, and they used the backs. We saw a lot of two backs out there with Cannon and in there as, be by himself or as a second back. So we had to adjust some things like that, but I thought we did a good job. And those guys did a good job, and as you said, we got we got the ball off a couple times and made a couple big fourth down stops. So I thought they did a good job adjusting during the game and preparing during the week. Did a better job in the running game for the most part. We had a couple issues on the edge there, but overall made some big plays in the running game, especially when we had to.
Coach, how much would you define and consider this game a complete team win?
Yeah, it was a good team win. We got contributions from every area, and there's still room for improvement, things we can do better. But certainly we're happy to win and happy to be moving on. So we'll take it. Yep.
Bill, you mentioned the contributions that you got. How about the efforts of Chris Hogan and Philip Dorsett with Cordero out?
Yeah, those three receivers. It was an extra load for them. They did a really good job of blocking and getting open. We saw, a decent amount of man coverage. Jets mixed it up like they usually do, but there was some, tight throws that Tom made, some good catches. So, they did a good job. I thought Rob, Dwayne, we got Rex, Sony, James. We got contributions really from all the skilled guys, and that was good.
Bill, how proud are you of this team for taking care of their business the last 2 weeks, needing these wins to wrap up first-round bye?
Yeah, they've done a good job, and that's coming in here every day ready to go. No bad days, no, say, bad, practices. Obviously there's always things to correct and so forth, but, they worked hard. They were ready to go. They put a lot into these last two games, and, we had good results. So, players did a great job. We got great leadership from some of our veteran players, the captains, but also other guys that in all three phases. And this is a big phase for us today in the kicking game. These guys are good on special teams, and that was a big challenge for us. I thought our players really stepped up at the challenge there. Obviously, it's good to have King back, but just as a unit, we did a good job.
And I know you guys are relatively healthy, but how important is it to get this bye and to have an extra week to prepare for the playoffs?
What'll be important is playing well, and that's what we need to do. Play and coach well next time we get to play.
Bill, you answered a lot of questions about Tom last week not being as effective in the passing game. What did you think today? A couple of the throws, maybe staying strong in the pocket, the one late in the first half where he bought a lot of time rolling right. Like, did you see it? Did you think he looked better today?
Well, I thought we moved the ball. They did a good job in the running game. They played a couple different fronts and certainly weren't going to let us run the ball like we did last week or even in the first game. So we threw it more. We had to go to some alternative type things. Thought our team did a good job of that. We threw the ball well, not perfectly, but well. So I know we scored 30, however many it was, points. So that's good.
And that play in particular where he bought the time, is that a little more of a vintage? Does that tell you anything more than just a good play, or no?
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of plays out there today. A lot of them were good. Some of them could have been better. Obviously, there was a lot of good things, but there's room for improvement for all of us.
Bill, you mentioned last week the running game was obviously there. This week, not quite as much, more the passing game. Was that more of a factor of what the Jets were giving you, or was that the plan coming in?
Yeah, well, we didn't know what the Jets were going to do, but they definitely did a good job of taking away some of the running, blocking angles, and so forth that we might have been able to create. They simply weren't there, and they played. Did a good job in the running game. We went against some alternative runs. We were able to gain some yards running the ball, and we were able to gain some yards passing the ball, certainly more than we did last week. So, again, if the defenses play us a certain way, and we'll try to do what we feel like is best to be able to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it is every week in this league. It's good to get the ball in the red area. In the red area, I mean, that's something that we lessened points on the field at various points, but this today was better in terms of our red area production.
And Bill, just to get back on the defensive side, you can talk about Kyle and Trey, how they played for you today. They were pretty big there.
Well, I think we got a lot of good play from a lot of different guys. Certainly, they were part of it. Dietrich and Shelton. Wise Lawrence Guys had a good year for us. He's played good, really, all year. Hightower's done a good job for us. We got Rivers had a couple plays for us in there too. So, but in the end, our coverage was good, and that gave our pass rush a chance to get there several times. So, the pass rush a lot of times is a function of the coverage. So, it was a good defensive effort. I mean, anytime you hold a team to 3 points in this league, you got to be happy with the way those guys played and end up scoring one on defense. So, it's a good thing.
Bill, Joe Tooney, unless he missed a snap that I didn't see, finished the season with 100% snaps played this year. What kind of impacted the consistency of having Joe and his improvements, and also having the starting five that you started with?
It's huge. And again, those guys train hard, they work hard, and as you said, they take a lot of snaps, not only in a game but in practice. It's a very durable group, tough group, and Marcus missed a couple games, Shaq missed a couple games, but those guys have been in there, not only every game but every practice, and that helps our team because we get consistency in timing and so forth. So, but Joe's had a tremendous, 3 years of durability. I mean, the only time he misses in the spring, which, obviously is less of a setback than it is during the season. But we've had good consistency from all those guys, and yeah, that's certainly a big help. And overall, I mean, our team's trained hard. We've been relatively healthy all year. I think that's a credit to, obviously, the players for the hard work they do, but Moses and his staff, they do a good job of getting these guys, putting them in position where they can perform at a high level and also do it over an extended period of time. So hopefully we can continue to do that.
Bill, now that the regular season is over and you have a bye, how would you describe the course of the regular season this year for you and this team? Did it feel like it got better every week, or there were lulls? If you took a moment.
There's some good things, and there's some things that could have been better. But in the end, we are where we are. And, essentially we won next week because we won today. So we'll see who the next team we play is. We know it'll be whoever the team is. We know they'll be good, or they wouldn't be playing at this time of year. We're going to need to play our best game. That's what all of us play and coach our best game, and that's what we'll all try to do. So we'll try to, do the best job we can coaching, do the best job we can playing for whoever it is we play. And we know they'll be good. So it's the NFL playoffs. That's where we are.
Bill, just talk about Trey Flowers. I thought he had a big hand in that fumble that Van Noy returned for a touchdown and a sack as well.
Yeah, Trey's given us great play all year, and he's it's a tough matchup guy. He played left end, and he also played inside today, as he does in most games. So he can match up on the tackles, he can match up on the guards and centers, and that gives us some flexibility with some other players as well. So he's had a tremendous year for us, and he's always does a tremendous job. Nobody works harder than Trey does, and his toughness, his durability, his consistency, and his ability to play the running game, the passing game, and to play it in different positions is you don't see that from a lot of guys on the defensive line, but he's he's done it well, and it's certainly helped our overall defense as well as whatever spot he plays. But his ability to have versatility and move helps us in other ways too. So he does a great job for us. Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. See you next week.
Tom Brady and James White will be the only two with COVID. Raise your hands for questions for Tom Brady. Real quick here, guys.
Hey,
Mike Reese in the front.
Tom, how would you describe just the rhythm of the passing offense today?
You know, it was how was it? I mean, certainly things we could do better, but good to win, 38-3. You know, division opponent, second time around, so it's just a great win. We needed it, and glad we got it.
Tom, I'm sure you'd say safe to assume you won't be happy until you win, unless you win the final game of the year. But just you personally, given all the work you put in, the lifestyle and everything, what's your sense of satisfaction having finished this season the way you did at 41?
I don't think too much about it. It just feels like I'm doing the same thing I've always done. So, you know, took a great team effort today, and a lot of guys made a bunch of good plays. So, you know, I just love being quarterback and love playing here and love winning.
Hey, Tom, I'm looking ahead to the new year. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Less interceptions, more touchdowns.
Thank you.
That would be it.
How important was it to get the bye?
It's you know, we had a great opportunity for it, and you know, just glad we could close it out. So you'd hate to have that opportunity and not, you know, handle what we needed to handle, and just glad that we did, and just ended up being a great, you know, way to finish the year. Won 2 games at home and against our division opponents after 2 pretty tough losses, but showed some resiliency, and we're going to need it going forward. We got certainly a lot of things to learn about ourselves, a lot of things we can improve on, and see if we can, you know, win a game here in 2 weeks.
You guys have gotten the bye for 9 straight years now, but considering the up and down of the season a little bit, is this one any more satisfying or anything like that?
I mean, they're all different, and they're all hard to compare and so forth. Like I said, it's just, you know, 11-5 is nothing to be, you know, sad about. I mean, we fought pretty hard and put ourselves in a decent position here, and now we got to go try to take advantage of it.
2 final questions. I got Josh Brigadier, followed by Zola.
Tom, how different does it make the game for you while you're out there when the defense performs like they did today in order to kind of spot you some points, obviously, and also just to keep it competitive like they did?
Yeah, they played great. They've been playing great, and this is the time of year to do it. So it's you know, playing against a team that, you know, I thought everyone fought pretty hard this week, and you know, realized that, you know, how big of a game this was, and there was nobody taking their, you know, foot off the gas pedal, and we started pretty good, had a good lead at halftime. Wish we'd had the short yards there before half and maybe got some more points on the board, but just a good way to finish the game like we did. That was a good way to do it, and with scoring and getting a turnover, that was pretty sweet.
Last question.
How important was it for not only you to play, you know, precision football, decisive football, your decision making, but to get everybody involved? Burkhead, James on the 27-yarder, guys like Hogan, and especially Philip Dorsett, who really hasn't had much time out there with you on the field. How important was it to get everybody, and even Rob on the play that got called back?
Yeah.
You know, it seems like everybody's getting up to speed now.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. I mean, everyone to be good offense, everyone's got to touch it. Everyone's got to have, to be involved in the offense and run it, throw it to everybody, the receivers, the backs, the tight ends. Everyone blocks in our offense, and that's what makes it tough to defend. And if they got to defend everything, I feel pretty good about where we're at. If they don't have to worry about something, it makes it pretty tough on everyone else. So, glad we were able to score the points we did today. We're going to need more of that in a couple weeks. So, thank you guys.
James White is next. Pitcher for that Tom Brady. James White? Mike Reese will start.
From your view, what is the significance of winning today to earn the first round bye?
It's definitely a big win for us. Winning decisively for one of the few times this year. I think offensively, defensively, on special teams, that we played complementary football, and it'd definitely be a big help having a bye week. Let some guys heal up, and definitely got to be ready to go once we step back on the field.
James, can you talk about the touchdown pass that you caught from Tom there in the first?
Just winning my one-on-one matchup. Just trying to win it in any situation that we have. Something that we stress all the time, and just catching the ball and having open space and just finding a way into the end zone. Good play call, good throw from Tom, and we need to score in the red zone, and that was a good start to it.
James, nobody on this team has known Philip Dorsett as long as you have. For a guy like him to see his snaps reduced as the season's gone along, I think no targets the last 4 games coming in, but to perform the way he did today, 4 targets, 4 catches, including that touchdown grab, what does that tell us about maybe what you learned long ago regarding his level of preparation, his commitment to the game, and the commitment to the team?
He's a great team player, always stays motivated, works hard during practice, whether he's getting reps with first team, scout team. He's out there running. He's fast. He's running fast every single play, catching the ball, making plays. And then whenever the opportunity presents itself on game day, he goes out there and makes plays. And his number was called on today, and he was definitely a big help for us. And he's been like that ever since I've known him, and he came through for us.
Regardless of who comes in here in 2 weeks, they got their hands full with your whole set of running backs that you have. 273 total yards on the ground last week. And you guys put it through the air this week, 27-yarder by you. They flexed you out. How important it is to have that type of group where you look around the league. Some guys complain, I'm not getting enough touches, I'm not getting enough catches. You had a ton of you had a big workload early in the year. Looks like you're fresh now, the way you're hitting the ball. How important is that for you guys 2 weeks from now?
It's awesome. We have a great backfield. We got Sony, Rex, myself. Everybody can catch, everybody can block. Coach can call any play, no matter who's in there. So we keep guys fresh. The defense kind of has to pay attention to who's in there. And I think it helps our offense as a whole. We have a lot of playmakers, and like I said, defense just really have the game plan for us and, kind of find out who they want to stop.
James, how happy are you that with Tom's passing today and your running last week that you have the perfect complement offensively going into the postseason?
Yeah, you just have to find ways to win football games. Sometimes it's running it, sometimes it's throwing it. You just got to find a way. It doesn't have to be pretty. That we have a great offense who can run the ball one week, throw the ball next week, do both, whatever it takes. I think that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's going to go out there and try and win.
Any final question?
James, just the urgency after that first series that you guys punted, just your urgency on offense after that.
Well, that was my fault for kind of ending that drive. Should have caught the football. We had started off pretty well. Then I dropped the ball. It kind of slowed the momentum. Once we got the ball back, just keeping that foot on the gas and just trying to make plays and scoring, and that kind of gave us momentum for the rest of the game. So myself definitely had to start better to help the offense.
Thank you, James.